Okay, guys, good evening and welcome back. Hope you can hear me properly. Send me a thumbs up. Hope all good. Can you hear me? Right, okay. So I want to see everyone, no excuses. If not, I'm going to remove you. Huh? So turn on the videos. Not, if it is a concernable reason, send it to the chat box. Others, where are the others? Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 pending. Right. Hope you can hear me, right? Okay. Right, so let's start the class now. Yesterday we didn't do the paper class because of uh, uh, my private reason. I had some works in the school. That's why now I will cover it out next month during April month. Okay, so because it's not the theory class and it was a paper class, it's not much concernable. But anyhow, I'll cover it out next month. Then, last week in the theory class, we finished up to associations, as I can remember, correct? Okay. Last week, we finished up to associations, right? So, up to associations, we finish. Today, I'm going to continue from the state cooperation. Okay. Turn to textbook page number 37. Textbook page number 37. Tutorial page number, right, 59, state cooperation, right? Okay, page number 59 and textbook page number 37, right? Now we finish all the private sector, both for profit and not for profit. Now when it comes to the private sector, we discuss about for profit and not for profit all. What are the for profit? Sole proprietorship, sole proprietorship, partnership, partnership, and incorporated companies. We finish. Not for profit, we finish. Cooperative societies, cooperative societies, and the associations we done. Fully finish. Right? Now today we are going to start public sector businesses. Now when it comes to public sector, for profit only one. What is the for profit? State corporation. State corporation. Sorry, state company. State companies. Not for profit. Not for profit. State corporations, state departments. These are the private public sector, which means owned by the government, not for profit. Okay, starting from this one, state corporation. What is a corporation? What is the corporation? Now sometimes you may have heard these words: Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation, Sri Lanka Port Authority, Coconut Development Authority. The name SPC, SPC. Pharmacy, it's the pharmacy, right? State Pharmaceutical Corporation of Sri Lanka, SPC. Sri Lanka Bureau of Foreign Employment. Export Insurance Board. මොනවාද මේ? What are the things? දැන් ඔය වීඩියෝ ඔන් කරගන්න නැහැ. දැන් එමනවා නැත්තම් මිසයිල් එකක් හරියන්නේ නැහැ වැඩි. කට්ටිය. ඈ? මොකද? දැන් මේ දවස්වල පොඩ පරිස්සමකින් එකපාර ඩෝන් ගාලා සද්දයක් ආවොත් නේද? දැන් අපි ගුටි කරන ලයින් එක කියන්නේ කියන්නේ ඒවා අපේ ඇස්සේ සිංගලනේ තියෙන්නේ නේද? දැන් මේ මොනවාද? ඉරානේ තව එකක් නැවත්ද කොහෙද තියෙනවා කියනවා නේ ලංකාවල. නේද? අපේ අය ගෙන්න ගන්න නැත්te ගහයි කියලා බයට කියනවා. ඒකත් ඌ කරුමෙටම ඇවිල්ලා මේ අපේ ලංකාව අස්තමද මෙච්චර ලෝකේ රටවල් 200 ගණක් 300 ගණක් තියෙනවා. ඒකත් කරුමෙට ලංකාවේ හැපැත්ත තමයි මාර විපතක් වෙලා තියෙන්නේ. Okay. Right. Now don't talk, don't talk, don't talk. Right. දැන් ගැම්මෙන් ඉන්න ඕනේ යා. දැන් කතා ගන්න බෑ. කතා කරොත් මොකද කරන්නේ? සින්දුවක් කියන්න දෙනවා ඈ. right. කතා කරොත් මෙතනට ඇවිල්ලා සින්දුවක් කියන්න දෙනවා. හරි. Right. Eh. Right. Now you know next one. Now what is a state corporation? Now it's like this. Full or majority owned by the government. Fully owned or majority? Fully owned means 100% owned by the government. Majority owned by the business means more than 51%. More than 51% ownership with the government. Sometimes there can be ownership with private sector as well, but most of the Sri Lankan state corporations owned by the government. Full means 100% ownership with the government. Majority means more than 50%. 51%, not 50. කිව්වොත් නිකම් 50 කිව්වොත් majority නෙමෙයි. තේරෙනවද? Majority means more than 50%, which means 51, starting from 51. These are the state corporation. And similar like the companies and the cooperative societies, it's governed by the board of directors. ගොඩක් වෙලාවට මේකේ BOD එකට දාන්නේ ඔය ඇමතිවරුන්ගේ හෙන්ච් අයියලා තමයි දාන්නේ. ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ කට්ටිය තමයි මේකට දාන්නේ. කන්ට්‍රෝල් කරන ඡන්දෙට වැඩ කරපු අය එහෙම තමයි දාන්නේ. තේරෙනවද? ඉතර දීප දැන් නම් ටිකක් අඩුයි. Right? And a state corporation is controlled by the board of directors appointed by the government. These businesses will be commenced under general or special act of the parliament. මේක start කරන්න parliament act එකක් තියෙන්න ඕනේ. තේරුණා? Now first thing, full or majority ownership with the government, owned by governed by the board of directors. You know board of directors, right? So government appoint some members for the board of directors. And comments under special law general parliament act. පාර්ලිමේන්තු 50ක් සම්මත කරලා තමයි පටන් ගන්න ඕනේ. තේරුණා නම් දාන්න බාන්න thumbs up එකක්. hope all good. Hope it's clear to you. Right. Right. Okay. Right. Next one. Now the other thing, look here. Most of the state corporation names ends with corporation, authority, board bureaus. මේකේ නම් ඉවර වෙන්න බාන්න. Corporation, commission, authority, board bureaus. මෙන්න මේ කියන නම් වලින් තමයි ඉවර වෙන්නේ. For an example, Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation. What is Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation? තරම මොනවාද channel එක නේද? දන්නවද නේද? ITN එකට කලින් තමයි ශ්‍රී ලංකා රූපවාහිනී ශ්‍රී ලංකා රූපවාහිනී සංස්ථාව කියලා තියෙන ආල නැද්ද? ආලා දිනවත් දාන්න බාන්න thumbs up එක. ඔව් අයියෝ ගැම්මින් ඉන්න ඕනේ යා. නිදිමතයි අද කට්ටිය. පාය නෑ. ඇක්ටිව් නෑ. right? Wait on. 2367 0367 හරි. Then 7683 7683 right. කොබාන ගැම්මින් ඉන්න ඕනේ. දැන් අද දෙනවා කාට හරි සින්දුවක් කියලා. right. ගැම්මින් ඉන්න ඕනේ යා. right. 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 හරි. ආලා දිනවද මේ right. මේ දින්නේ මේ රේඩියෝ රූපවාහිනී. එතන ඉස්සර තිබ්බ එකක් ශ්‍රී ලංකා බ්‍රෝඩ්කාස්ටිං කෝපරේෂන් කියලා. මේ දෙන ඉස්සර අපි උදේ නැගිටින්නෙත් මේ සවුන්ඩ් එක ඇහලා. අහලා තියෙනවද? බලන්න.
මේ ශ්‍රී ලංකා ගුවන් විදුලි සංස්ථාවයි.
ආලා දින සවුන්ඩ් එක. තාමත් යනවා. මේදා පරණම රේඩියෝ channel එක ශ්‍රී ලංකා බ්‍රෝඩ්කාස්ටිං කෝපරේෂන්. ශ්‍රී ලංකා රූපවාහිනී කෝපරේෂන් කියන්නේ තාම තියෙන ටීවී channel එක. Port Authority, Coconut Development Authority, these things, right? What are the characteristics of state corporations? What are the characteristics of state corporations? Following characteristics can be seen in state corporations compared to other business organizations. First one, government ownership and control. Full or majority owned by the government, right? The full or the majority of ownership is, and control is vested with the government. In some instances, the private sector also had minor of shares, right? Objective is providing services in common. Mainly they are providing services. Most of the state corporations are aimed to providing services in common to the general public. Now, when we take about the some government corporations, let's see. දැන් බලන්න මොනවද service ඔයා දන්නවා රූපවාහිනී corporation එකේ මොනවද communication service port authority එකෙන් මොනවද international trade those kind SPC එකෙන් මොනවද දෙන්නේ medicines දැකලා තියෙනවා නේද ඔය වගේ ඒවයින් ගොඩක් service තමයි they provide services to the government. Next one, legal personality. Highlight legal personality. They are having legal personality, which means you can file a case against the name of the corporation. Turn on the videos and wait. I can't repeat again and again. It's having legal personality. You can file a case against the name of the cooperative uh, government corporation. In a legal activity, state corporation has a separate legal identity. Can commence either special act or general existing act. Can start under parliamentary act. Continuous existence. ගොඩක් වෙලාවට මේක කාලයක් පුරාට තියෙනවා මොකද government act එකකින් තමයි පටන් ගන්න. Since state corporations are established under act of parliament, they have a continuous existence. What are the advantages? Appropriate for provision of essential services. It's good for essential services. State corporations are suited to provide essential service which cannot be provided by the private sector, the general public. මොනවාද සමහර වෙලාවට ඔයා දන්නවා ගොඩක් private sector දෙන්නේ නැතිවා දැන් එකෙන් ගොඩක් වෙලාවට low cost medicines දෙනවා තේරුණා දැන් අපි ගත්තොත් අනිත් ඒවායේ cost එක වැඩි ඔය වගේ ගොඩක් essential service වලට තමයි යෝනි reduce the monopoly effect of private sector. Monopoly effect means what? Monopoly මොනෝපොලි කියන්නේ ඒකාධිපතිය ට්‍රම්ප් අයියා වගේ. එයා තමයි ලොක්කා. What is the term called monopoly effect? දැන් හිතන්න මේ දැන් ඔයා දන්නවා think about gas cylinders. දැන් ලංකාවේ gas cylinders තියෙන එකයි මොන brand එකෙන්ද? නිල් පාට නේ. මොකද නිල් පාට කියන්නේ? Nitro. Nitro එක තමයි මුළු මාකට් එකේම ඉන්නේ. ඔයා විතරක් නම් මාකට් එකේ ඉන්නේ ඔයාට monopoly effect එකක් තියෙනවා. එතකොට ඔයා ගාන කීයක් වැඩි කරත් ඔයා ළඟටම තමයි එන්නේ. තේරුණාද? දැන් මොනෝපොලි ඉෆෙක්ට්. එතකොට ගෑස් සිලින්ඩරයක් 50000ක් කරත් ඔයාගෙන් විතරයි ගන්න. ඉතින් ඒක හොඳ නෑ. සමහර ඒවා දැන් ලාෆ් නෑනේ ලාෆ්. අක බ්ලාස්ට් දැන් ලාෆ් කාපාට සිලින්ඩරේ දැන් මේ ඒක කාපාට සිලින්ඩරයේදී ලාෆ් එකයිද කාටද? ටැගි පිටිය. ලාෆ් එක මේ දවස්වල පොඩ්ඩක් ඩවුන් හරි මොනවා හරි ලාෆ් එකේ ගෑස් සිලින්ඩර් නැහැ. So monopoly effect means if you are the only person in the market, you are having monopoly. So to reduce the monopoly effect, government intervenes for some sectors. Now for an example, Sri Lanka Transport Board. දැන් කොච්චර private bus strike කරත් government buses තියනවා නම් ඒගොල්ලෝ දුවනවා. තේරුණා? right? ඒක සමහර private sector buses කැමති නැත්තේ government buses වැඩිපුර ගේනවට. ඇයි එතකොට ඒගොල්ලන්ට ඕන දේවල් මේව කරගන්න government එක දෙන මොනවාද ඒගොල්ලන්ට strike කරන්න නම් මනම් කරන්න බෑ. State corporations can be used to create a competitive environment to reduce the unfavorable influence arising through the private sector monopolies. For an example, Sri Lanka Transport Board. Right? Profit owned by the public. ලංකාවේ නම් ගොඩක් state corporation losses තමයි. profit එක ගන්නෑ. හැබැයි කනාවට හරි profit එකක් ආවොත් ඒ profit එක ආයිද government එකට අයිති කියන්නේ unrighted නෙමෙයි කාටදයි public sector එක කියන්නේ මිනිස්සුන්ට තමයි අයිති. ඇයි? ඒකට හේතුව they are spending the profit again for the betterments of the public of the country, right? A portion of the profit earned by the state corporation will be credited to the consolidated fund of the government. What are the disadvantages of state corporation? Absence of independence in decision making. තනි තීරණ ගන්න බෑ. There are government influences. Need to adhere to the financial regulations of the government. Government එකේ financial regulations ගොඩක් තියෙනවා. They will approve කරගන්න හරි අමාරුයි. These are the disadvantages. Are you okay up to here? All good? Right? So, right. Send me a thumbs up. Right. Let's try. Come to the tutorial, page number 59. Businesses fully owned or majority owned by the government are known as state corporation. Majority
Which is,
owned means highlight and write 51%. Yes, sir.
sir, in the textbook, which page is it?
In textbook, it's page number 37.
Thank
Right?
you, sir.
So next one. These have been established under Special Law General Parliamentary Act. Special Law General Parliamentary Act. Next one. A state corporation is controlled by board of directors appointed by the government. These are also known as corporation, commission, authority, board, and bureaus. State corporations are established under legal personality. And also write one bullet point. Government liability is unlimited. Unlimited. Government liability is unlimited. If the business is collapsed, government is unlimitedly liable for the business liabilities. Government. Write the example. You can write the examples. Right, Sri Lanka Rupavahini Corporation. एक एक नंबर ले लिया ना, श्रीलंका रूपवाहिनी कॉर्पोरेशन. श्रीलंका रूपवाहिनी corporation. Any commissions under here? Commissions? Commissions? You know, public utility commission. Wait, also public public utilities commission. Medina Mahajan Upyogita commission. Public utilities commission. They don't talk. Public Utilities Commission of Sri Lanka. Commission. You can write Public Utilities Commission of Sri Lanka. Right? Public Utilities. I can hear your voices. Huh? Commission of Sri Lanka. Authority. Sri Lanka Port Authority. Boards you can write Export Insurance Board. Right? Highlight Corporation, then Commission, Authority Board, bureaus. You can write Sri Lanka Bureau of Foreign Employment. Sri Lanka Bureau of Foreign Employment. Foreign Employment. Right? All good? Hope it's clear. You send me a thumbs up. Finish it. Then after that, write the characteristics, advantages, disadvantages on the textbook. textbook එකේ තියෙන characteristics, advantages, disadvantages. I'll show you the other things. Write the base තියෙනවට මම ලියන්න. Write these four and advantages and disadvantages as write these. Fill it. I'll give you a few minutes faster. Right. Okay, write the characteristics. Government, ownership and control. Government, ownership and control. And you can write objective is providing services on objective of providing services in common. Objectives of providing services in common. Then you know, having legal personality, having legal personality. Then you can write can commence either a special act or general act. Can commence under, can special law, general, parliamentary act. Having continuous existence. Right. Next one, government liability is unlimited. Right? Government liability is unlimited. All good? And hope you are writing. Don't do other things. Right? Where are the others? So clear on it. Ashwin, where are the others? Right. Write the advantages after that. Appropriate for the provision of essential services. Appropriate for the provision of essential services. And also you can write to reduce the monopoly effect of the private sector. To reduce monopoly effect of the private sector. Next one, profit owned by the public. Profit owned by the public. Profit owned by the public. Right, another advantage is having legal personality. Now, having legal personality is also an advantage. Right. What are the disadvantages? Next one, disadvantages you can write absence of independent decision making. Absence of independent decision making. Right. Need to adhere to financial regulation of the government. Don't talk. Financial regulation of the government. And right, unlimited liability of the government. Finish it and put raise hands. Done. Right all. Right. 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 All good. Next one. Make sure write it and put raise the hands faster. කැම්මෙන් ඉන්න ඕනේ අයියෝ ඔය පායන පරාක්‍රම බාහුව කිව්වට යකෝ වලගම් බහ ගැම්බක්වත් නැහැ මොකක්වත් right okay done okay so right okay right right now the next one done okay don't do departments next one government departments easy hey, what is the department Huh? What is a department now it's easy to understand ගොඩක් අය most of the guys are struggling to difference between the state corporation and the state department now it's like this when it comes to state corporation you know there are director board there is a director board and governed by the director board state department means departments are established under a ministry and under education ministry there are different departments so exam department education publication department research and development department likewise under a ministry there are different departments under transport ministry you know Sri Lanka transport not board you know there are different departments train එකක් department එකක් නේ or train department ඔය වගේ departments තියෙනවා right remember under a ministry we establish a department and the other thing when it comes to department fully owned by the government now for an example when it comes to the state corporation full or majority ownership with government right full or majority ownership with the government right but when it comes to state department fully owned by the government දැන් අද රැට ඕන නම් අnder ලොක්කට පුළුවන් කතා කරලා exam department එක විශ්වාරයි රැ පුළුවන් ඒක government එකේ decision එක අනුව තමයි dependent අද රැ ඕන නම් පුළුවන් හැබැයි state corporation එකක් එහෙම බෑයි state corporation එකක් සාමාන්‍යයෙන් පාර්ලිමේන්ත මේකත් පාර්ලිමේන්ත ඇක්ට් එකක්ම තමයි හැබැයි mainly පාර්ලිමේන්තුවේ වෙනම එකක් තියෙන්න and when it comes to state department remember no legal personality state corporations are having legal personality you can file a case against the name of the corporation but when it comes to department no legal personality which means what you can't file a case against the name of the department දැන් හිතන්න ඔයාලට exam department එකත් එක්ක ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියෙනවා නම් ඔයාගේ results ගැන ඔයා අර කලිසමේ චුත්තා ගන්න කාලේ ලියු විභාගෙ මොකද හරි ඉස්සත් ලියද්දි ඔයාලට exam results එක ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියෙනවා නම් exam department එකේ නමට නඩුවක් දාන්න බෑ case එකක් file කරන්න ඕනේ against the head of the exam department because no legal person every legal activity and the other things should be appear using the department head name but when it comes to corporation they can use the corporation name and the other thing for both state corporation and the department Government liability is unlimited. The main difference is when it comes to state corporation, having legal personality, state department, no legal personality. In both corporation and department, government liability is unlimited. තේරුණාද දාන්න බාන්න thumbs up. Hope all good. Huh? Hope it's clear to you. Right? Okay. Right. Now, how to identify the name of the department or the corporation? Then විභාගේ නම් ටිකක් දීලා අහනවා underline whether this is a department or the corporation. Then every department names end with the department. Department කියලා නමින් ඉවර වෙනවා නම් ඒක අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම government department. When it comes to state corporation, the names end with corporation, board, bureau, understand, commission, different name. ඒ නම් වලින් එකක්. ඔයාලා ලේසියෙන් identify කරන්න පුළුවන් department කියලා නමකින් ඉවර වෙන එකක් තිබ්බොත් ඒක government department. අනිත් ඔක්කොම government related ownership තියෙන businesses, government corporations. තේරුණාද? Right? Okay. Right? So the state departments are institutions that will be directly and fully governed by the government under a ministry. Highlight, under a ministry. Departments are operated in order to provide various services to the general public. Sri Lanka Railway Department, Sri Lanka Postal Department. Characteristics of state corporation. Following characteristics can be seen in state departments. Characteristics of state departments. Following characteristics can be state departments compared to other business organizations. Ownership and control vested with the government. Departments are fully owned by the government and indirectly governed by the parliament and the respective ministry. The management and administration is done through the state head of department. Highlight, head of the department, because of what? No legal personality. In legal activities, the head of the department should represent the department using the designation means what? No legal personality. No legal person. And the continuous existence, the existence of a department depends on the discretion of the government. Government discretion, according to the government discretion, the department continuity will depends. Funded by the government, the required fund will be allocated by the annual budget of the government. What are the advantages? The departments provided essential service to the public that will not be otherwise provided by the private sector. Then exam තියන්නේ නැහැ නේ ළමයි නිකම් private sector එකක් නේද? ඒක exam department එක. තේරෙනවද? ඒ වගේ private sector එක එන්නේ නැති සමහර services provide කරන්න that's why there are departments. The departments will handle long development project activities require a larger amount of funds. For an example, now you know when it comes to the Sri Lanka railway department, දැන් ඒක ළමයි පටන් ගන්න ගොඩක් සල්ලි ඕනේ නේ කෝච්චියක් ට්‍රේන් එකක් කීයක් විතර වටිනවද? කෝටි කීයක් විතර වටිනවද? පුගානක් වටිනවනේ. ඉතින් සාමාන්‍යයෙන් ඒක ප්‍රයිවට් සෙක්ටර් එකේ ගේන්න බෑ. ඒකෝ ඒගොල්ලෝ ගෙනාවත් ඒගොල්ලෝ එක ටික ඒ කියන්නේ per train ticket they charge huge amount of money. Why? Their startup cost is high. ඒගොල්ලෝ ගොඩක් සාමාන්‍යයෙන් දැන් ඔයාලා දන්නා train ticket එක ගත්තාම සාමාන්‍යයෙන් normally අඩු ගාණක් නෙදී. long term තමයි ඒගොල්ලන්ගේ cost එක cover කරගන්න. Right. The larger number of employees are working in departments providing more employment opportunities. Now it's overcrowded as well. So they, because of departments, they provide different employment opportunities. ගොඩක් වෙලාවට ඉතින් දැන් දෙන්නේ අර කවුරු හරි election එකකින් එන ministers ලට වැඩ කරන කට්ටියට තමයි employment opportunity දෙන්නේ ගොඩක් වෙලා. The departments provide services for the well-being of the general public without a profit motive. Normally they provide services without a profit motive. What are the disadvantages of departments? Okay. What are the disadvantages? The decision making will be delayed due to approval required for the parliament and the respective ministry. The decision will be delayed due to the approval required for the parliamentary and respective ministry. The department have to conduct activities in accordance with the provision of in the government financial regulations, established codes and different circulars. So the decisions take much time. That's why it is a disadvantage as well. Right? Okay, let's try come to the departments. Hope it's clear to you. Send me a thumbs up. Remember, no board of director. Huh? Right. State departments. State departments are institutions that will be directly and fully governed by the government under a ministry. Departments are completely under state control and established under a special parliamentary act. Departments are operate to provide various services to the general public. State departments are not with legal personality. And also, right, government liability is unlimited. Government liability is unlimited. Write examples. Write examples. Don't talk. Huh? Write examples. Right. 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 Huh? Right. You can see. You can see there are different departments in ඔක්කොම list එක තියෙනවා there. Right. Government liability is unlimited. සින්දුවක් කියන්න ආසෙක් කෙනෙක් ඉන්න. නිවන්. සින්දු කියන්න ආසෙක් කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවා කියන. අහිරු. තව කවුද? අමිතු. Any other? පිතුල. පිතුල සින්දුවක් කියනවා. Right. අවස් සින්දු කියන්නේ. රික්වෙස්ට් එක මගේ නෙමෙයි රමික. කො වීඩියෝ ඔන් කරන්න දැන් වීඩියෝ කරන්න ඔන් කරන්න නැති යට දෙනවා සින්දුවක්. හරියන්නේ. දැන් මොනවාද වීඩියෝ ඔන් කරන්න නැති යට දෙනවා group song එකක් කියන්නේ. අර මේව අත මෙහෙම කර කර. right කට්ටියට දෙනවා වැඩේ හරියන්නේ. flash light ගහ ගහ දෙනවා. right turn on the videos. ඊට පස්සේ තව ටික දවසකින් හරියන්නේ නැහැ මෙතන දානවා කාවඩි සින්දුවක් නටපන් කියලා. turn on the videos. right video on කරන්න නැතිව last වෙලා ඉන්නේ සින්දුව. right write the example. You can write example Sri Lanka Railway Department. Sri Lanka Railway Department. Sri Lanka Railway Department. Right. Next one, Sri Lanka Postal Department. Sri Lanka Postal Department. Then you can write other things. Department of Custom. Department of Custom. Department of Custom. Yes. For Ministry of Defense එක ඇතුලේ මෙම ඒ department ministry ඇතුලේ තියෙන departments එක ආණ්ඩුවක එක විදිහට ගැසට් කලින් ආණ්ඩුවේ දෙනව නෙමෙයි දැන් තියෙන්නේ. government එක එකයි change කරනවා. දැන් කලින් defense ministry of defense එක ඇතුලේ තිබ්බේවා මේ දැන් තියෙන්නේ. කාලෙන් කාලට change වෙනවා. වෙබ්සයිට් එකට ගිහලා බලන්න පුළුවන්. අලුත් government එකේ මොනවද තියෙන්නේ. Right? Then you can write uh, Ministry of Defense එක ඇතුලේ ministry දැන් defense එකත් එක්ක urban development ගලපලා තියෙනවා. ඒකත් එක්ක එක එක ඒවා තියෙනවා. කලින් Ministry of Defense only. ඒකත් එක්ක urban development එකක් දාලා. Department of Health Service you can write. Department of Health Service. Department of Health Service. Likewise, every name ends with department. Remember. Ends or begin with department. Right? Right. Write the characteristics. Write the characteristics. Now tell me, I need a support, right? I'm going to change my classroom. මේකට මේ මම කරන්නේ. So දැන් මම කලින් කරේ මේ SLT line එකට fiber එකක්. fiber connection. දැන් මම SLT line එකක් නැතුව තමයි ගන්නේ. Starlink නැතුව මොකද්ද හොඳ connection එකක් strong එකක්. Starlink. ඒ කියන්නේ dialog ඔය SLT මොනවාරි broadband හරි මොනවද කියලා dongle හරි. SLT වල dongle suggestions? No. Right. Characteristics of state cooperation. Okay, write it under that. You can write ownership and control vested with the government. Ownership and control vested with government. And you know, in legal activities, you can write no legal person. No legal personality. Within bracket, write use the name of head of the department. Next one. Continued existence depends of the government. Continued existence depends on government discretion. Then you can write unlimited liability of the government established under the ministry right accounts preparation mandatory. You can write these characteristics under cooperation as well, right? You can write it under cooperation as well. Accounts preparation is mandatory. You can write it under cooperation as right. What are the advantages? You can write provide essential services to the public, not which not provide essential services to public. Next one, handling long-term development activities. Handling long-term development activities. Creating more employment opportunities. Creating more employment opportunities. Provide services for the well-being of the general public. Provide services for the well-being of general public. Right? Right? Okay. Next one. The disadvantage. You can write late decision making. Late decision making process. Late decision, not late, it's better. Delaying of decision making process. Delays in decision making process. Need to obtain the approval of parliament and the respective ministry. Need to obtain approvals of parliament and respective ministry. Parliament and respective eh, right. Okay. Next one. Right. Uh, need to conduct business. Business. Need to conduct activities. Need to conduct activities. To conduct activities. Uh, according to the government financial regulation. According to government financial regulations. මේ දෙක එකට දාන්න. Government financial regulations, right? And establishment code and different circulars. Establishment codes and different circulars. Write a disadvantage, no legal personality. Unlimited liability of the government. Unlimited liability of the government. Finish it and put trace and right, faster. Right? All good? Right. All good? The board is not clear. In Right. Okay. All good. Others. Right. What has happened? All good. Others. Putres and Sadish. Tenulita. Sasit. Sasin. Letu. Ramika. Man. Man. Sang. Dan. Chanuki. Hope done. Right. 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 Okay. Now the state departments also done. The last one, it's not in the textbook, but they are testing in the examination. State companies, Rajet IT company, similar like the private sector companies, but owned by the government. For an example, now Litro Gas is also comes under state company. Now you can see state-owned companies are the only profit motive business entitled in the private public sector that are fully or partly is correct at fully or partially, fully or partly, it's fine, fully or partly owned by the government. A state owned company has the government as its major shareholder. The business takes on the role of commercial enterprise on behalf of the government, right? You can see Airport and Aviation Services Limited, Kalubovitana Tea Factory Limited, Ceylon Shipping Corporation Limited, right? So, Independent Television Network ITN, Sri Lanka Telecom Limited, and Telecom Milk Industries of Lanka Private Limited, Milko, right? Milko. Likewise, these are the state companies owned by the government, similar like the private sector incorporated companies, but this is owned by the government. Even Lanka Hospital also owned by the government, majority shares. Majority shares owned by the government. Then majority shares owned by the government, right? Hope it's clear to you. All good, right? Okay, now we have finished the government businesses. As we look, you can see state comparison, state cooperative society, state corporation, state departments. These are not for profit motive comparison, right? Comparison of not for profit motive, right? Comparison of not for profit motive, not for profit motive. Ownership owned by members, minimum term, maximum unlimited. State corporation, government owns fully ownership or most of the ownership. Department, government owns fully ownership. Financing, contribute by members, provide by the government, provide by the government. Liability, limited. Government liability is unlimited in these two. Management, board of the director, head of the department. Legal personality, no receiving legal personality, no legal personality. Continuity, continuous existence, continuous existence. Existence depends on the will of the government. Government, it depends on the government decision. Okay. Hope all good. Send me a thumbs up. right? Okay, right. Now all 8 done. Oh, සින්දුවක් කියන්න කැමති කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවද කවුරුත් නැද්ද? Anyone? video off කරන්න නැති එක්කෙනට දෙමු සින්දුවක් කියන්න. මොකද කියන්නේ? video off කරන් ඉන්න ආස. Others? Oh, can you hear me? No one? වැඩක් නැහැ ඔයගලගේ පන්තියේ ඔයගලගේ පන්තියේ සින්දුවක් කියන්න කැමති නැහැ grade 11 grade 10 සිංහල medium කට්ටිය ඔයගලගේ නෑ. ඔව් සින්දුවක් කියන්න කැමති කෙනෙක් ඉන්නවනම් raise hand එකක් දාන්න බෑ. No one? No one? අයියෝ. ප්‍රතින් right right okay right right වැඩක් නැහැ නේ සින්දුවක් කියන කවුරුත් නැහැ නේ ඔයගලගේ. ඔය රමික සින්දුවක් කියනවා right very bad right others no one කම්මැලිකම යන්න සින්දුවක් කියන තම කෙක්වත් නෑ බෑ මට කියන්න බෑ ඔයගොල්ලන්ට අහන් ඉන්න එක එක්කෙනා ලියන්නේ මගේ අර ඉස්සර හිටපුව මම උච්ච ස්වර යනවා එතකොට පොඩ ඔයගොල්ලන්ට දරා ගන්න ඔය කවුරුත් නැද්ද ඔව් ආකාශ at 6-7 king right ඔය කියන්නේ සින්දුවක් කියනවා right right සින්දුවක් කියනවා
Sir, Samula දාන්න.
ඈ
Samula.
අනුලව දාන්න වැඩක් නෑනේ කට්ටිය ඔව් no one ඊළඟ දවස් මම එක එක්කෙනා වෙන වෙනම chance එක දෙන්න right okay right now before moving to others now let's see we finish these things we finish everything right now you know business organization according to uh, ownership, private sector, public sector. According to objective, for profit, not for profit. Huh? అవునా? Sole proprietorship, partnership, incorporated companies, වැඩක් නෑ ඔයගොල්ලෝ කවුරු සින්දුවක් කියන්න කවුරුත් නෑ. දෝස්ති වැඩක් නෑ වැඩක් නෑ. Government corporations. So yeah, just wait, don't write. I'll give enough time. Right? දැන් අපි සින්දුවක් අහමුලු කියන්නේ. බෑනේ ඉතින්. Government departments. Last one. Government company. Now can you tell me right? All these three up to association are private sector. These things are public sector, right? Sole trader for profit, partnership for profit, for profit. These two are not for profit. These two are also not for profit, but this one for the for profit, right? Government companies. Remember, right? There will be many questions in the examination, right? Okay, can you draw this and put raise hands? Fast. Draw this and put raise hands. Yanban Pote, write in the book. Right? Maru inni. Right? Oh, write in the additional note and put raise hands fast. Third. Write faster. Write it and put raise hands faster. Don't do other things, huh? Right? Done? What is it? Right. Faster. Write it and put raise hands. Agalian. Hadagan. Pin. Remember, sooner there will be an examination as well, huh? Covering all 3 lessons, right? Maybe in theory class or maybe in paper class, right? No objection, no point of order, right? කියන්න නැතුව දෙන්න සර්ප්‍රයිස් එක්සෑම් එකක් දෙන්න මේ සැරේ. ලකුණු 60ට අඩු අය කෙලින්ම අම්මලත් එක්ක ගෙන්නනවා පන්තියට. අඩු අය. right? හරිද ලෑස්ති වෙන්න. MCQ එකේ වුණා 200ක් වෙන්න. හරි පැය දෙකක් දෙන්න. නෑ නෑ පැය දෙක. 2 hours 200 MCQs. Send me a thumbs. 200 MCQs 2 hours. Per hour 100 MCQ. I postponed the class yesterday. I had some works in the school, that's why. Right? I'll cover it out next 2 hours. A-level, O-level paper. 3 years. 3. Right. All good. Have you finished? Done, right? Others? Arine? Right. Now, if I ask you, you should be able to tell, right, about different kinds of business organization, right? Now, you know sole proprietorship owned by one individual, right? Now, when it comes to the acts and ordinance, අපි ලිව්වනේ the relevant act එක වෙනම ලිව්වනේ. ලිව්වේ නැද්ද? කාන් ලියනකොට අදාළ acts ටික වෙනම ලිව්වේ නැද්ද? act numbers ටික විතරක්. ලිව්වා නේද?
ඔව් සර්.
ඕකේ. ඒ ටිකත් පාඩම් කරන්න. ඔක්කොම පාඩම් කරලා තියාගන්න. Right? Finish it and put raised hands. Okay, turn on the videos. Turn up cake. Come on. Right. Come. Kami kal lagi. Kal lagi. Right. Okay. Come. Right. Birthday का तीन आप celebrate करो. Right.
My work is easy because I use ClickUp. Here's how I keep track of all.
Right. Right. Okay. Wait. Right. Ah, come. Pakai. Ini. Arin. Ini. Agak. Kopi yati na. Pode. Say happy birthday. Yeah?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday, happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday to you.
Cake kan. Online ada cake अलग का. Birthday. अरे cake kan. Right. Online ada kita tekan ada. Cake kan. अरे बात ये अरे online ada cake क्यों ना है? Happy birthday ya. अरे right. Okay. अरे काट दे. Right. Now you know we finished the discussion of different kinds of business organization. Huh? We discussed about different kinds of business organization. Right. Now only one thing pending in here, selecting an appropriate business organization. Only we need to discuss about selecting an appropriate business organization, as well as we need to discuss about.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
Sir, I know.
Can you hear now?
Yes, sir.
Sir, I know.
Another. Cannot.
Sir, we can hear you.
Can hear. Right. So next week I'm going to finish that part, as well as I'm going to discuss the other activities. Now remember, next week will be the last week of discussing this lesson, right? So next week we can finish it mostly. මදි වුණොත් තව එක දවසක් ගන්න ප්‍රශ්නත් කරනවා. So then after that, remember I'll give you the tutorial within this week's second term. Most of the time.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes.
What about the marks?
Marks I'll tell you next paper class, right? Okay. Right. I'll send it to the right. And also remember there will be another examination within this month. Cover the first 3 lessons, right? I'll upload. I'll tell it. I'm not going to tell it. So there it will be a surprise examination. Make sure to study all the things up to here, right? Okay, thank you for the participation. Let's meet on next week. Hope you understood everything properly. Good night. Dusanna, God bless. Bye bye.
Bye, sir.
Bye. Bye bye.
Bye, sir. Thank you so much.